ONIC ESPORTS and as well as BIGETRON to witness who will grab the first point.
Let's see, as we dive into the Land of Dawn, it's very, very normal clear, but I do want to take a look at the emblems first, as again, it is going to be Kyrie on the Balman in that jungle, so no more Boots Balman in this game. It is going to be the Paquito. We have seen that Boots has found more success on the Paquito this season than the Balman. So again though, Sans, this is what we expect already.
Oh, he opening that flicker early, but Samo with that flicker as well. First blood by Samsung will fall to the hands of ONIC ESPORTS. A slight misplay perhaps occurred there by Aki.
Well, I don't think it's a misplay. I think he just didn't really expected ONIC ESPORTS to go guns blazing like that. I mean, again, he actually stated before the game that he thinks Samo is a little bit more defensive than Keyboy, but that was definitely not a defensive play. He went in all offensive, but in the top side, we are seeing that the 1-1 is winning. A gank.
Oh my god, Marky popped Inspire early, but with the help of Key, with that Abyssal Arrow, he managed to connect on towards CW. Very crucial kill there top side, and seems like now, ONIC ESPORTS, they are slow on rotation here, Rashi.
Slow on rotation, and a fun fact from Grab right here. Since MPL ID Season 6, from 9 times they've been meeting, BIGETRON has only been able to win 1 match against ONIC. Right now, it seems like it's pretty even, but BIGETRON is showing that they can match ONIC in the early game. So far, the burst potential from ONIC is higher, but it's only a matter of time before the Abyssal Arrows from Key can be crucial.
That's the thing though, right? Talking about the mid game, I do believe that actually, man, ONIC will definitely have an advantage coming into the neutral objective takes with the Faramis and obviously with the Balman. Max is going to have to find those angles to really go in for those turtle steals. Let's see here, Gotti.
Yeah, we'll see here, Max. Fala and as well as Key is already in that area. Repo as well, trying to provide information. Boots trying to zone out. Ultra actually pops, Kyrie calmly will grab that first neutral objective in the front side. Max taking a lot of damage here. That Akai will not survive as Boots with that power, gets him down as well. So it will be a 1 member taken down and as well as Turtle taken away.
Good objective take by ONIC ESPORTS there. A very good setup as well. Like we mentioned, this is going to be the trend coming into this game. In the early stage, I actually do believe that ONIC ESPORTS have the better composition to secure these neutral objectives. And even in that gold lane, it does seem like Marky is having quite a bit of trouble here against CW.
Ooh, he's a 1v1 right here, and Marky will back away. And so far, BIGETRON was able to actually get Marky slightly ahead. And I think if he can go with the same, the same pattern, the same curve, Marky will be a huge threat in the late game along with Fala. This is a lot of DPS, and it's both physical and magical. So later on, ONIC ESPORTS will have a lot to deal with, especially because a lot of their composition are tankier members that require DPS to burst down.
Seems like Repo providing vision on the whereabouts of Sans there in the bot side. Both junglers, they are still focusing on the farms first, but top side should be the focus from both teams here.
Right here, it does seem like, he is putting in a lot of pressure there, but CW needs to be careful. He doesn't have the sprint. He used it earlier, and now that creates a lot of pressure for him. As Marky might just be able to use this pressure to actually try to freeze up the waves here. The lane is going to be pushing into him, so this is, again, an opportunity for BTR to just play it slow, get to that power spike, because right now it feels like ONIC ESPORTS, doesn't feel like, it is the fact that ONIC ESPORTS have a pretty significant lead this early on.
Well, they will go for the turtle soon, and that is where we saw ONIC ESPORTS just take over early on. So this will be attempt number 2 for the side of BIGETRON Alpha, as Max will be securing this purple buff right on time. But ONIC, as we know, has a lot more pickoff, has a lot more burst, and unless an Abyssal Arrow really lands on a key target, I think it's going to be a bit difficult.
Top side, crossover popped, and CW has nowhere to go, but luckily for CW, not enough damage just yet. Focusing ourselves in bot side now, Kyrie almost got caught there by that Abyssal Trap. Boots trying to flank here again and providing information. Fala, Max, as well as Key, they're at half HP. This is not a good decision if they want to force a fight. And yeah, it seems like they will disengage. Another neutral objective secured to the hands of ONIC ESPORTS. Samsung Turtle calmly collected by Kyrie.
ONIC Esports, man, again, they're utilizing that neutral objective control that they have with the Cult Ultra. BTR can't really look for any of the fights, and even here, the base damage alone from Samo's kit, the Wisp doing so much, and the pathing is phenomenal from Kyrie. He's able to take so many of these jungle creeps. It's very rare to just see an Akai falling behind this much up against a Bauman, but you're seeing it here in this matchup. Arashi, 5-minute item check. Let's take a look.
For BIGETRON Alpha, there's a lot of multiple instances of damage, so Radiant Armor has been rushed by Kyrie to ensure that he can stay in the fight as long as possible, because Sustain is very much the name of the game right here, but Sans goes in and zones everyone away from the turret.
Yeah, seems like they want to fortify. Color Vaulter also popped here. Turret will not fall top side. It's just practically 1 HP there. Now it seems like ONIC Esports, they will not look for a fight. I might be wrong though. CW and as well as Sans moved in immediately here. Samo trying to find an opening here. BIGETRON, they will not go for that business. They will disengage here. And yeah, it is still 2-1 total kills from both teams.
Definitely not looking good for BIGETRON Alpha. ONIC Esports, again, they're so good at playing the map this way. Splitting it up and again, just securing these objectives with the better rotations that they have with Samo on the Matilda. It's actually pretty insane now that I think about it, right? Sans is on a Faramis, a hero that can rotate super fast when he has that Shadow Stampede. And to add and to top that off, you also have Samo on the Matilda who can bring everyone in.
Blazing duet to the backside. Foul as well as one member gets taken down. And take a look at the backside. Max will not be able to achieve anything. But Key, though, is almost takes Samo down. But now Key is left all alone in the mid side. Isn't able to achieve anything because Boots is there to cover Sans. But on the other side, Repo actually catches the body and takes Samo down. It is a 4-1, but ONIC Esports claims the mid turret as well.
Man, what an immaculate way to actually destroy and siege down the turret in the mid lane. They actually dove onto the tier 2 with the damage and the mobility that CW has on the Claude. Again, having that sprint, having the BMI placed in the back, he's able to do so much without actually risking his life.
It's so difficult right now because ONIC Esports, all they're doing is harassing using the Faramis and the Matilda, and once you get half HP, you go down to, dangerous levels, CW just comes in and just cleans out house. And during the fights, the objective can be secured as well. So for BIGETRON, they are having difficulties sustaining in the poke game. They have difficulties all-inning, and they're also losing in the objective secure game. So it's so difficult.
Arashi, this and Gani, this is the biggest level gap I've seen. Kyrie, 4 levels ahead of Max. It's an Akai Bauman. Usually, when a jungler falls behind, we see 3 levels maximum. This is the biggest 4 levels on top, and finally Max gets enough XP to actually narrow that XP lead down. But again, it just shows how dominant and how accurate and efficient the pathing is from Kyrie here in this game.
It's a shutdown, right? 6,000 gold lead established.
Shut out.
I mean, 2 turrets, 3 neutral objectives secured. BIGETRON Alpha, they're very lost here 8 minutes in, and things are looking from bad to worse now. And it seems like now ONIC Esports, all they need to do is just stay disciplined here, Rashi.
Yes, for BIGETRON Alpha, they have a lot of DPS, so they're not winning in these short trades. They have to wait until the late game where a fight will break out and they can actually duke it out and use the extra DPS coming in from Fala, from Marky to actually do damage. But at this point, when they're 6k gold behind, almost 7k, you have to wonder if in those long team fights, can they even come out on top against ONIC Esports?
Well, that's the thing, right? BIGETRON Alpha needs those tanky members to actually survive the burst for them to actually win out of the fight. But Max is so behind. They find him to miss an arrow.
Okay, Sans gets taken down. A very good opening there from the side of BIGETRON. Don't wait too long. CW is there with a blazing duet, taking Marky down. And now it seems like they want war. Fala is next. That lethal counter takes his life, and Max will not be able to escape. Double kill secured for Kyrie and ONIC Esports. They are angry after that Sans was caught.
You expect BTR to actually walk out with that one, getting a very cheeky pick. But again, ONIC Esports on the back of CW. What the heck was that damage, my guy? The blazing duet. He got a golden staff. He got the DHS so early. And look at Kyrie. He's able to solo the Lord at 9 minutes. 13 levels in 9 minutes. And he takes it just for free here. He doesn't even need to use the retribution. Complete domination from ONIC Esports in game 1.
BIGETRON, they just have to wait for an Abyssal Arrow to land, and they have to back out once they get a pickoff. They were able to take Samo out. It's not the ideal target, but then afterwards, they stick around, and CW completely punishes the whole team for even trying to aggress back onto ONIC Esports. Looking now at the items here, only 3 items for the most part completed for the members of BIGETRON Alpha. For the side of ONIC, there's just a lot more items available, and the Wind of Nature already complete for CW. So the burst potential coming in, if Marky can land a crossbow of Tang, that won't even guarantee that they can turn the fight around. With the Lord coming in right here, this is where ONIC Esports will try and make an aggressive play.
The mid base will be the target here. BIGETRON Alpha, they are desperately trying to defend this one as Boots and friends. They are trying to open up the map here. Mid base turret falls. And yeah, can you imagine, speaking of the items, right? Can you imagine CW on that Malefic Roar, which he just secured? Oh, the penetration is just going to be set so deadly. Take a look at that at Marky. He immediately retreats and Missile Arrow connects onto his hands. Will he be taken down now? Not just yet. BIGETRON will focus on to clear the minions just yet.
My.
Take a look at that dive. Potential from the side of ONIC Esports. It's like Fala popping up that black shoes in the front side. Will be able to survive, but unfortunately, Kyrie and friends, they are also on the retreat. Call of Ultra pops, and no casualties from both sides. Still, one base turret only taken down.
With the First Lord, we mentioned a lot of times that it's value just taking all the tier 2s. They were able to take down the mid base turret and even almost taking down the top side base turret. With this, you can see the damage dealt by Axe. Sans and CW just popping off in this game completely. You can see the Cult Altars as well. Perfectly placed for ONIC Esports to make their way out of the base there. It's very, very good for the side of ONIC because now they can just use this pressure to clear out the ways. No, freeze it, honestly, right now. Wait for the Lord and suffocate BTR even more. Marky's going to have a hard time scaling in this game. I don't think he's going to be able to scale at all. I mean, again, 4 levels compared to Sans. Max as well compared to Kyrie. This is insane. I don't think we've seen this level of dominance in Season 10.
We have not. Games have been a lot closer, and this is a complete shutout. Although, you have to remember, the longer the game goes, the more BIGETRON Alpha will start catching up. This goal difference will get less and less relevant, so there's always a chance, but they're relying very much on ONIC Esports making a mistake because they have the save coming in by the Guiding Wind, and they have the Cult Altar to use as well as a get out of jail free card. We saw that ONIC was playing really aggressively, going into the base of BIGETRON Alpha, but instead, BIGETRON Alpha tried to punish them, and they were under the turret taking shots, and they were somehow still able to actually escape due to all that utility, all the shielding and the healing from the Cult Altar as well. So with that in mind, BIGETRON Alpha will have to get something very valuable, as Sans is still just zoning everybody.
It's too passive, I believe, for BTR. They have a lot of pick potential, but because Max fell behind in that early stage of the game, too much, I believe. BTR just fell off, and now they're going to have to wait for the Abyssal Arrows to connect to actually go for it, but Sans, Crossbow Tang is ready.
Crossbow Tang is ready, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at Max. He is ready to heavy spin on. CW comes in with the Blazing Duet, taking down Fala and Marky as well. The main damage dealers are down, and now Max will not be able to secure that Lord as Kyrie on point retribution. Now Max Reapon as well as Key running for the hills. ONIC Esports, they want blood, and Max gets caught here. 2-man jump, and Repo gets taken down, not just yet. ONIC Esports still strong with 5 as Zoom members, they are still down. ONIC Esports with this Lord might be able to end the game.
Oh my goodness, 15.5 thousand gold lead, and they're going for it.
They are going for Circling Eagle on towards Max. This is not looking good. Lord is still at 100 HP, one by one. The members from side of BIGETRON falls, and now they are looking to end the game. Bases to expose ONIC Esports, a clean textbook performance, 1-0.
Complete shutout in game number 1. BTR couldn't even breathe. They couldn't do anything in that game. They were completely outclassed. 1-0. That's it. 14-4. All the